All right. So I went from having the flu to congestion to both, and now since that has like maybe died down quite a few, I'm I guess by all of the cold weather over, still I can't say over and over, but ongoing. I think I have the cold, so I'm not trying to do all that icky, you know, icky yucky stuff. So I'll just do this. I'll just try to do this and get it out the way. So bear with me. This would be Juneteenth. I can't give you the specific years it started, but I could probably give you some years that I was there. I would say at least a good 2000. I'm gonna say a good 99, a good 1999 to 2001 or 2002. Pretty much that. Those are the times that I started going on the east side of Austin. Well, Juneteenth is always on the east side of Austin. So, um, when I was going, and did I participate in it? No. Should I had participated? I can't say yes, but maybe, might be, possibly. I was just looking. Really, I wasn't even. I wasn't the one that was all about jump ins anyway. I mean, if I get into fights, I'm more into one on ones. I was personally me. I was really never the type to jump in with others. Like okay, if this group goes in on this group, I don't join this group just to go, join in and help and all this. Now, I really wasn't the one to do jump ons. I was a one-on-one cat. Even though fights that I personally had, you know, they were one-on-ones, they were two-on-ones. I mean, to tell you the truth, when it comes to like a group jumping on, I had more of that. I had more of that. Have I won some? Have I lost some? Plenty. Anyway, Juneteenth. When I was going, and I don't know how it started, I wasn't in the conversation. I wasn't getting into conversations about who was like which one was beefing with who, and this and that. And to tell you the truth, when it came to blood and Dominoes versus Crips fights at the Juneteenth, I never saw any women get up in there. It was always the guys. They used to have it to where they have like I can't say the train. I would say maybe the buses, the the city buses, parked in like a line or something, up near or up against the railroad, the train railroad tracks, and then the bridge down yonder, and the whole setup. Um, Doris Miller and Rosewood Park, which was all together. You got one side, that's the big building, that's the Doris Miller, and then you got the other side, the biggest part, the biggest portion, with the gazebo, that's Rosewood Park. So basically, to me, I really never liked calling it Doris Miller. I never really liked calling it Rosewood Park. I personally always call it Doris Rosewood. the Doris Miller Rosewood part. That's how I called it. So, oh, and excuse my appearance. You know, I just came out. I just came from trying to do a little bit more, um, you know, medicine for all the cold that I still have. So excuse my appearance. I mean, basically, I'm about to go to sleep after doing this video. Pretty much, I'll be sleeping like this. You know, covered up in that bed, get up in them covers. You know, turn the TV off. I already cooked my last meal. I've been ate already. But anyway, Juneteenth, uh, there was always fights. Every fight between 2000, every Juneteenth that I attended, between 2000 to 2001 or 2, there was always fights. Laws, they would arrest them. It would be another group a fight happening again. Laws would arrest some of them. They didn't arrest everybody. No, they didn't arrest everybody. No, that would be a lie. Anybody who come out and say, oh, they all got arrested, no, goddamn lie. You'll be a lie if you come out and say that. No, some escaped, some came back for another fight, and like I was saying, laws arrested some. The other group was fighting over here. Laws had to go get them too. So to say everybody and all got arrested, no, that's a lie. That's a flat out lie. Some went home and had to go fight somewhere else. It was always drama at Juneteenth. I would say maybe 2003. I forgot what year I stopped going down there, but I would say, a matter of fact, I believe 2003 and 4, probably up for maybe a long time. I stopped going to Juneteenth, and I actually thought that the Crips versus Damus fights was going on up there, during them years. But I don't know. I didn't know because I wasn't there. I wasn't going to Juneteenth no more because I got tired of seeing them type of fights over and over. So I would say I forgot another actual year that I started back going to Juneteenth at one point, because this is when they brought out the big H-E-B grocery store. It was like this big giant cart looking thing, and it had wheels and everything on it, like big wheels or whatever on it. That was the year that I started going back to Juneteenth. And what did I see? Oh, it kind of looked like it changed a lot. Looked like the white folks might have took over the hosting or the portion or whatever of that Juneteenth. It was more white folks visiting down there, and I could tell by looking at the white folks that was down there and looking at that HEB card, shopping cart. I'm like, oh my God. So after that, over and over, it was always white folks coming to our Juneteenth. But back then, when I was seeing the Crips versus Damu fights, no, it wasn't no white folks down there like that. It was completely all black. There has been some things. I really hate to get into it. Pretty much, I would hate to make it look like I'm disrespecting California. I've seen the whole MLK. Basically, this year was the worstest one. Damus versus Crips. Some would say the rolling 40s. I would say shit. It was probably maybe 40s and 30s down there. Who knows? Whatever. That was a big messed up fight right there, and that's in Los Angeles. So I started when I saw that, I was like, man, I hope nobody in Austin had seen that day on any videos, I'm like, man, I hope that don't trigger no down moves and Crips down here to start like, oh, okay, they did they thing on at the MLK, let's do it here at the Austin Juneteenth. No, we don't need that again. And to tell you the truth, if y'all gonna re-spark the Austin Crips versus Down Moves fight, Bloods and Pirus, fights down here in Juneteenth, this coming up Juneteenth, because y'all seen the MLK Crips versus Down Moves fight that happened in LA, y'all would be wrong. Y'all would be wrong. Y'all would be wrong. And if I have to, I'll cuss all of y'all out. I mean, shit, either I'll fight y'all while I'm down there, because I'm going to go down there. I'm going to go down there to Juneteenth. I'm going to see who really is going to be so dumb and just break out a fight down there because you see what happened in LA. So, yeah, I'm going to call it out. I might cuss y'all out while I'm down there. I might cuss y'all out, coming back making a video about it, or I'll do both. Anyway, yeah, but we don't need that. We don't need that. This what they call peaceful Juneteenth, we've been having for quite a while. Let it stay that way. To tell you the truth, you're not supposed to be at nobody's park, nobody's event, where there's kids at fighting. You're not supposed to. And that LA, Los Angeles MLK thing, that was stupid. Even though that they always do it every year and it gets worse and worse. No, you're not supposed to do nothing in front of kids. I don't care. You're not supposed to be shooting in front of kids. I don't care. I don't care if you go to Rosewood. I don't care if you go to Craigwood Park. I don't care if you go to Gibbons Park. I don't care what park you go to. You're not supposed to do no thuggish gangster stuff in front of kids. Fuck that. Don't do nothing in front of kids. That don't make you a real G. That don't make you a real gangster. That don't make you a real banger in no kind of way. To do that in front of kids. And that whole Los Angeles thing, same message go there too. But Juneteenth here in Austin, when I was going, it was always fights. I've always seen it. It was always bad. They used to arrest some of them guys and put them in the bus, and they'd be sitting there for hours. Sometimes they sat in that bus until the event was completely over, and they then shipped them to downtown Austin jail, Austin, Texas jail, downtown Central booking. And if they make the fight, if they make the fight any worse, they were shipped from downtown Central booking to Del Valley, Texas, to the Travis County Jail over there in Del Valley, Texas. See, we got in Austin, well, between Austin and Del Valley, we got two jails. Well, Travis County Correctional Complex, that's the Travis County Jail, but it's not in Austin, it's in Del Valley, Texas. See, to me, well, always to me, if your address and your mail don't say Austin on it, you're not Austin. And yes, I do mean Del Valley, I mean Elroy, and I mean, Manor, I don't care. If your mailing address, city, does not say Austin, Texas on it, you're not Austin. So, but you were shipped from downtown Austin Central booking to Del Valley, Travis County. See, Austin and Del Valley is Travis County. You know, and it stretches too. It stretches half of Pflugerville, Texas. It stretches maybe what? Half of Cedar Park. You know, shoot. Go ahead and look up the map of Travis County. It'll tell you how far it stretches before it breaks off into a different county. But anyway, yeah. It was sad back then to see those type of fights. I never really looked at that as a real blood, a real Crip, a real Paru type of, you know, gangsterism. I don't claim nobody, you know, being no real Paruing, no real Cripping, no real blooded, going to kids events, put it that way, kids events or kid places or places where there's kids doing gangster stuff. No. And that's not even gangster stuff. That's just pitiful, dumb, stupid. You want to do something real gangster, you want to do something real thuggish, you want to do something real crippin', real bloody, you know, real whatever. You do stuff where there is no kids. But, oh yeah, Juneteenth. That alone, yeah, the last time I saw a Juneteenth, you know, fight like that was I decided to stop going for a long while. But like I said, when the year that I started going back, that's when it changed. And then after a while, every other Juneteenth after that, there was no more. There was no more of those type of fights. I just hope that there's none of those type of fights coming up Juneteenth. I hope that never happens, and I hope it never ever happens again. Y'all be safe. Y'all be safe.